Hey everyone, David here from Another Eden Adventures. How are ya? Our beloved Scott, the Another Eden Global Community Manager, has just dropped some major announcements, and you might have seen the notices in your game which talk about the new Apocrypha update which is coming in July. Are you excited? Here's everything you need to know about Apocrypha, summarized in one quick video for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this, and thank you so much for your support. The extra history update I alluded to about in my previous videos are now coming to Another Eden Global, and we have an official title for it. It's called Apocrypha, and it won't be in an episode category or a mythos category. It will be so special, it will be on its own. And I think what's cool about it is that it will consist of multiple storylines that converge into one bigger storyline. There will be 6 stories and 1 prologue overall, and you'll be able to play these stories in any order you want, and each story is written by a different scenario writer. So we'll be able to see some very creative stories here, I'm sure. In July, there will be 3 of these stories available for us to play, and what I'm really excited about is the multiple storylines merging into one grander storyline concept, because it reminds me of some of my favorite films like Snatch and Pulp Fiction. And let's not forget the famous Rashomon. Interestingly enough, if you look up the definition of Apocrypha, it means works usually written of unknown authorship or doubtful origin. And in a biblical context, it means related writings not forming part of the accepted canon of scripture. So in the real world, Apocrypha basically means a story that's not canon, like a Naruto filler episode, which I'm guessing isn't the intent of Another Eden's version of Apocrypha. This first segment we're getting in July will be called Wanderer in the Vortex, The Road to Thunder. It's exciting because it's going to be a time loop story about escaping from days that endlessly repeat, which I'm imagining will be like a Groundhog Day scenario. And I'd love to see how it will actually play out. Like, will you be able to leave the story? Will you be able to do your own thing for a while, then come back to this endlessly repeating mode? We shall see. Scott then showed some brilliant artwork by Yamanaka-san from the art team, and then he showed some new areas, including the Thundering Fortress, the Time Whirlpool, and Arat the Maze Village. So what units can we look forward to? Firstly, we get Nona, a completely free water and shade unit who looks like an R-rated version of the Little Red Riding Hood. She's just a 4-star, but my guess is by the end of it, you'll unlock her 5-star. Next, we'll have the chance to pull Oleia. Oleia is someone I'm definitely saving my Chronostones for, and I can just imagine the team at WFS bathing in all the money Oleia will rake in for them. She's a 5-star who is a Thunder Zone and an Alamage that increases power, intelligence, and speed by 100%. What the hell? She can then reduce enemies' power and intelligence by 50%. What the hell? She is also durable against heavy damage. Why would you want someone else? Come on, marry me now, Oleia. No, just kidding. I am taken. Next is a unit quite a few people in the community are now buzzing about, and she is Miyu Extra Style. These next stories seem to have a strong thunder focus because Miyu Extra Style delivers a thunder piercing attack with a speed of 275, supposedly making her one of the fastest units in the game. Speaking of thunder and speaking of fast, they should totally make a flashlight character who is so fast they can travel in time. Anyway, I find it cool how female knights wore armor back in the day. Right? Very practical. I love it. Next is Noxus, I think that's how you pronounce it, aka Shovel Boy, the husbandor with a lantern and with a fish. So for the folks here who are in search of a husbandor, how would you rate Noxus? Let's say you meet a dude who looks like Noxus on Tinder, who's very kakoi and great to chat to, but when you meet him in a restaurant He's holding a shovel that's chained to his pants in one hand and a lantern in the other hand. What would you do? If I were you, right, I would totally just marry him there and then, have his babies, and live happily ever after. Because there are no red flags with that whatsoever. Speaking of red flags, the good news though is that Noxus will be a free unit you get from finishing the Time-Twisted Maze story. The Time-Twisted Maze story? That's right, the Time-Twisted Maze story. They have announced a new dungeon called the Time-Twisted Maze, an endlessly replayable maze that doesn't require any red or green cards. Woo! And this time, it seems fair game as you start from level 1 with no equipment in every dungeon. From the screenshot, it seems as though you can pick your own team, which is good. And maybe you'll have Olay in there and you'll just have a massive advantage. Anyway, from these dungeons, you'll get things called OO parts, which I like to call parts, which you then use to build equipment with. All in all, I am very excited about this new story and gameplay concept that will add an all new dimension to the game, and we definitely need some more Thunder units. And I just love how creative the Another Eden team are getting and how they are trying new ways of storytelling and gameplay. And it's all for free. How lucky are we? So what are you most excited to see? Comment below. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe, everyone. These videos take a while to make, so thank you so much for your support and for your love. I love you back. See you soon.